team. Now, Super was holding cleanse for this, but top 500 players spreads kind of so perfectly from each other. They're all trying to get out of the blast, okay? Hey guys, we're back with another video, another review, and I'm going to do Illari again. This one was on Li Jiang Tower. I think this map itself is called Night Market, from what I remember. This is a really hard Illari map. It can be very, very tricky on this map. With how to play with her pylon and the constant rotations you do. So I'm going to be going over like how I kind of think about this matchup and what I'm going into it. This was a top 500 game. Let's see how it goes. This happened after the new season, so I got that new Illari skin, which is kind of cool. I was kind of trying her out. So right off the bat, so whenever we go through here in the mid, this is a spot I like to put my pylon right here. This is like, it's a really weird spot and it's a really weird angle, but I love putting my pylon right here in this corner. I mean, what I see lower level Illaris try to do is they try to put their pylon either like on this little ramp here or maybe here on this corner. But if I feel like this, I feel like personally this is probably the best spot for the pylon. Let's see how it plays out. Also, if you notice from this replay, this is like the second game. We won the first round. This is the second one of it. So I throw my pylon up there. If you throw it at a certain angle here, it's just going to like stick on this wall here and kind of jut out this way. So if we look at this angle here of what they're going to see when they come in, that pylon cannot be seen from it at all. This is something I discovered like a while ago that I just implement every single time in this matchup here. So I come out and I start taking shots right away. If you notice, Super is here. He's already taking a wide angle, and I already got two headshots, or not two headshots, two hits on him. So he's already kind of forced out. If you remember from my last video that I made, I love putting early pressure on their DPS, because if you put early pressure on their backline, their tank cannot, like, he's going to walk in, and he's not going to realize that his team can't follow him. So let's see how this is going to happen here. So I already got huge pressure on Super here. So I'm just trying to duel their DPS. I have to be very careful of this angle here with this Hanzo. I'm already getting value. Even though I didn't hit Hanzo or I didn't hit Ashe, they just wasted 2 shots on me and they wasted an arrow on me. And their Juno is also shooting at me. I have 3 people looking at me in the first 5 seconds of this game. And you can already see how much pressure their team is. Orisa already popped gold and is inside here. And I'm just thinking, like, if I hold this angle, like, this is really, really, really strong. Orisa thinks that Junkrat isn't safe, but he didn't know that I still have a pylon kind of just sneaking over there. And that pylon's going to start just putting out heals. Something that I did here was this. As soon as I realized that those 3 people were shooting at me, and they were shooting at this angle here, you could see that their Orisa ran in. And because their Orisa ran in, I have perfect cover against their whole team to just take free shots on their Orisa here. Orisa goes down. Oh, whoops, sorry. That was Orisa's point of view, don't mind. And now, it's just kind of clean up from here. I can just start peeking, taking these little jiggle peek shots. Something about Illari that people really need to try to understand is you can kind of jiggle peek with her. Just similar to like Counter-Strike or Valorant or whatever. Like, her charge, you're waiting for this charge. So there it is, the charge, if you see in the middle. It's fully charged, and every time that's charged, I'm going to peek out, and I'm going to try to get a shot. Oh, I didn't get back far enough. We go here. Look, I peek out, I get a shot. I get a nice headshot on Hanzo, go right back in. Come out, shot on Hanzo, come right back in. And if you see right here, look at this. Their Hanzo literally would have shot me in the face if I did not jiggle peek back. It's just a really, really strong thing you can do with Illari that just feels totally unfair. And that's why I like to duel the enemy DPS, like knowing that. Let's see how this continues. So they lost their tank. It's just kind of cleanup time now. In Overwatch 5v5, also in this moment, as soon as I'm starting to get this angle here, the tank is dead, so the fight's basically won, but there's still little things that you have to do to really finish it out. And one of those things is this. So I poked out Hanzo here, but right there, you can hear Ashe's footsteps. And I know that there's also a Kiriko. I know Super was playing here with him. So because I don't know if this Ashe is coming alone or with a support, I have to now rotate out of this position. Or else I'm just going to be stuck here alone against a Kiriko Ashe. This is what I'm thinking in my head. So now I rotate out and I rotate point, and I also destroy my pylon, because if that Ashe was coming here, I destroyed my pylon so he doesn't kill it, so I'll have it for next fight or whenever. And then I'll just try to keep that 100% uptime on my pylon. It's really important to never lose your pylon in Overwatch as Illari. So important. Alright, let's see how fast they get a regroup here. Something you notice about top 500 players is they will be back in the fight so fast. Like, they're already coming back as 5. You can just see it through the wall of how quickly they're coming in here. What I'm trying to do here is just trying to get any cooldowns I can, whether it's deflex, spin, Suzu, whatever. I'm just trying to poke it out, because I know I win this poke battle here. That pylon is doing absolute work right here on this wall. If I was to be more particular about it, I would put it here. Let's watch this. Still just trying to get as much poke damage as I can. Just similar to the first fight. Whenever the first fight I was here, I love trying to hit their backline so that their tank can't walk in. So we end up losing this fight, I think. Their Ashe gets a nice kill on our Juno. My pylon goes down, but Orisa still cannot live. She used all of her cooldowns to walk in right here. This is all happening very fast. I apologize if this is like really quick. I'm just trying to explain everything I'm seeing. So we see, once again, their Orisa is going to walk in, okay? And what I like to do is whenever that Orisa starts walking in, I like to put pressure on their backline to make it like them scared to walk in. If you even are at half health, you can't walk in because you're just going to die instantaneously to like whatever's going to kill you. So I'm putting pressure on their backline. We get the spin out. Junkrat's putting enormous pressure on their backline as well. They're just really feeling it right now, and their Orisa's so deep already. I mean, you could say that this could be a mistake from Orisa, but this is generally what happens in matchups whenever you play Illari correctly, is their tank is going to walk forward and feed. So tank goes down, which is great for us. And once again, it's just going to be a cleanup. I rotate point to try to heal up Junk because I don't want to lose people. Like, my thought process switches. It switches from doing damage to healing. Because if I know that their tank is dead, the only thing that's going to kill us is just lack of healing. Rather than, like, sustain. If that makes any sense. I tried to get that kill on Ashe, but at this level, like, if you miss more than one shot, like, you basically have to get out. It's just not worth trying to peek it. I look over, Genji tries to dive our Junk, and I just instantly top him up. Now, if you saw that earlier, I put this pylon here for a reason. So, remember, I talked about earlier that some people like to put their pylon here. Well, in this situation, now you can, because we are pushed up. This is now going to be our rotate spot. We're going to be coming back to this area, or we're going to be coming back to point here. Through the center of the map here. So that means this pylon is now going to get a lot of value here, and the only way that they can kill it is if they go all the way forward, but where's their tank? Well, I know their tank is still all the way in spawn. There's no shot they're going to be pushing this pylon here and doing it safely. So I put that pylon there for a reason. It's always future-proofing things. So I take damage, I back up to and then pylon starts hitting me. It's going to be the same thing every time. You always need to think about your exit points and your rotations. I heard that Genji deflex, so I turn around, heal Junk. Pretty standard stuff. Oops. And if you notice, this pylon is getting massive value because this Junk, this Juno, and me all rotate to the same exact spot. At this level, everybody is so on the same page about exactly what to do in every single situation. And this is something that we're all on the same page about, which is why we're kind of dominating this match right now. A reason why I put my pylon here now is I have to rotate it. They took all that space. That pylon's doing nothing for us. I just need to rotate it back here to try to top us all up. So, once again, here's my thinking in this situation. I see their tank walk forward. Now, I know that I can take an off angle here, or at least that's what I'm thinking in my head because of how much value I was getting against Hanzo and Ashe before he switched Genji. But what I didn't realize in the moment was this. They're playing this corner here, and I didn't see that, which means the only person I see is Kiriko. And a duel with Illari versus Kiriko is just kind of like a toss-up. And Super ends up hitting 2 headshots on me, and down I go. I just kind of die instantaneously. Big blunder for me. I really need to play safer there, but at the same time, I mean, he did just hit the shots. It is what it is sometimes. And with that, our team's just going to end up falling apart and we all died. Big blunder for me. I can't be taking that angle there. I thought Ashe was more in the open, but Ashe was playing a great position and playing in this corner over here. Fantastic. So let's see what happens when we come back from spawn here. I have ult. Big thing about this, I have ult. I've been getting a lot of value, a lot of healing, a lot of damage out of my ult. When I'm going into this, I know I want to ult. That's how we're going to make space in order to get past this bridge. If you play Overwatch, you know how annoying it can be to get through this choke. So what I'm thinking in my head is this. They have Kiriko, which can cleanse Illari ult, and they have spin from Orisa. That little spin thing will eat the Illari ult. I need to try to avoid both of those at the same time while I can still get value out of the Illari ult. So what I'm thinking is this. If I can pop ult here, it's going to force them to at least give some space. Like some space. And that's what I'm thinking in my head, is just to make space so my team can be enabled, or at least be even footing in this fight. So here's us walking up. Remember, always have your pylon out. Always have 100% uptime on that pylon. It just allows you to do so much. I actually almost died at shift damage there, which is just insane. So here, I know that we're going in. This is the moment, okay? Things that I'm thinking about. Get my pylon down. Get my ult off safely. And how can I do it safely? Well, you'll see how I'm going to think about it. I'm going to let this all just happen. And then I'm going to explain my thoughts after it, okay? We're just going to let this play out. And I'm going to go exactly why I did everything I just did here. Beautiful. So that is like a picture-perfect point retake right there. Alright. Now, let's go back and do this again. Let's explain why and what I was thinking as soon as I popped my ult. So I explained earlier what I was trying to do with it, but now I'm going to show you in the moment what I see and what I'm thinking. So, I threw my pylon. The first thing I do is throw my pylon at this wall. Number one, it offers a distraction for the team, because they're like, why is there a pylon there? I'm going to turn around and look at it. Great, they're looking at it, okay? Let's say they didn't look at it. Well, we are all going to be pushing in, and because we're pushing in, this pylon is going to be on that wall. And if we remember from that first point, this pylon was able to get so much value automatically. Let's see how they turn around here. I kind of predicted this would happen here. They turn around, because I am the biggest threat that there is. Now, even though I'm flying, I would see a lot of players, like a lot of lower level players, will ult and just kind of swing out wide here to try to hit this shot here. But in this level, you will die instantaneously. Even if you're flying and moving so fast, you're going to die so fast if you don't use cover. So that's why I use cover here. Distraction, and I use cover for distraction, and I need to live, okay? I want them to just try to look at me. Now, I know that their rotation spot is backwards. They need to go back. I also need to miss the Genji deflect. I need to miss the Orisa spin. And I need to try to force cleanse. Like, that's in my head. I'm trying to force cleanse at most. So, I take a shot right here at their rotation spot in the center of everything. And let's see how this connects. So this connects on their entire team. Now Super was holding cleanse for this, but top 500 players spreads kind of so perfectly from each other. They're all trying to get out of the blast, okay? Super goes for a cleanse, but can only cleanse himself because of how spread they are, which means that there are 4 players right now that are hit by that Illari ult because I knew that they were going to be rotating back, and I had to try to avoid all their stuff. Which led us to just be able to clean this up. Like, now in my head, I'm like, I don't really know if it was the best ult yet, because I just kind of threw it out, but, I mean, clearly it ends up working out very well in our favor. And then it's just kind of heal up your team and live, and let them do it for you. Let them finish the kills, let them get the kills. And then we retook the point. Going into this next fight, it's the same thing every time. You're going to be poking, trying to get cooldowns out, and then hopefully you can just force something to happen by the time they get to the bridge. I love this pylon spot here. This is a very strong spot for Illari. Now there, I have no clue what this Ashe was doing. I mean, he was just probably tapped out at this point. But if you jump in a top 500 game, you're gonna get headshot. Like, our mechanics are just developed to a point where we just can hit those shots. So if you see it, like, jumping is horrible in Overwatch. You never want to do it. It's never really gonna work out for you unless you're fighting Kiriko. That's actually the only time you can jump. And then ults come out, and then we just end up winning the round. So, that was a pretty quick one. I know that this was kind of like a domination one, and I don't want like this to seem off as coming like super ego-y or anything, and I apologize if it does. But it's always good to like look at certain games where you can just dominate the opponents. Like, they have really good players on their team. Like, I mean, they have Sheep, Contagious, like they have Super. I mean, everybody knows who he is. But if you play correctly, you're still able to make things happen against players of like that caliber and that level. And you can try to like, if you can try to articulate your thoughts, then it can all work out and you can maybe get some wins. So I hope you guys liked the video. I mean, I hope you like it. Subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to know like a different support or see a different angle of somebody else, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you.